What's up? How's it going? Just making sure everything is working before it gets started. That's public. This looks like it's working. It has stats now. Last few streams didn't have any stats on it. All right. Looks good. So I got 2 drinks to try today, as usual. We've got Poppi root beer. So there's that. And we've got Ghost Strawbango. So some sort of special term for strawberry banana. I don't know. Maybe there's a mango in there too. Anyways, those are the 2 for today. I'll start with the Poppi. I'll go over the ingredients and then I'll try it, give my opinion on the drink and such. Wipe off some of the condensation. All right. I'm going to put Twitch into emote mode for now. Looks good. Yeah. All right, first up, trying out this Poppi root beer. So this can here is 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliters. And we've got 3% juice, 30 calories, 5 milligrams of sodium, 3 grams dietary fiber. All of these drinks, they tend to put fiber in them for some reason. 5 grams total sugars. And then for the ingredients, we've got sparkling water, cassava root fiber, organic cane sugar, natural flavors, apple juice concentrate, organic apple juice cider, or organic apple cider vinegar, and then organic agave inulin, stevia leaf extract, which is a low-calorie sweetener, sugar alternative, and then tartaric acid. Anyways, we'll rehash that and I'll show it up close. So these are meant to be an alternative to soda pop, like higher quality, nicer ingredients, has that fiber in it. Soda's back, but better. 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliters, 3% juice, 30 calories, 5 milligrams of sodium, 3 grams dietary fiber, 5 grams of total sugars. And for the ingredients, sparkling water, cassava root fiber, organic cane sugar, natural flavors, apple juice concentrate, organic apple cider vinegar, organic agave inulin, stevia leaf extract, which is a low-calorie sweetener, sugar alternative, and natural tartaric acid. So here's a little bit of marketing info. It's gluten-free, non-GMO verified. And then they've got some more info on there. Prebiotics, caffeine-free. Yeah. This is the Poppi brand. Cool. Let's pop this open. You can try it out. Probably good. I'm going to try it from the can first. So that's what it looks like. You can see the carbonation. Presumably natural colors here, which is nice. Looks good. All right. Oops, there we go. Let's do a smell test. Not really much of a smell to it, at least that I can notice, but it does have that root beer-esque smell to it. So, anyways, this again is the Poppi root beer. Let's try it out. The carbonation is very minimal. So we saw it in there, but I don't really notice much drinking it. To me, it almost feels flat at this point, which is too bad because I feel like pop needs to be pretty carbonated to enjoy it as what it is. It does have that classic root beer flavor. It's a little different. The sweetness obviously is quite a bit different than a traditional soda pop with any type of high fructose corn syrup or sugar. Like a lot of sugar. This does have organic cane sugar in it, but it's only 5 grams. 3 to 5. It says 5 grams total sugars, 3 grams added sugars. So I'm not sure how much actual cane sugar is in here. But you do get some of that traditional root beer taste. It's just that it basically got flat within seconds here. There's kind of a little bit of carbonation still, but not very noticeable. Drinking it from the can, it obviously had more carbonation. I think it's worth just doing that with this drink, is to get as much carbonation as possible. Just drink it from the can. So that way it's a little bit more noticeable. Flavor wise, I think it's relatively close to root beer. It it has a unique aftertaste. I don't know if it's the stevia, probably partly the stevia, but it could also be the apple cider vinegar in here or whatever else, maybe some of the does have 3% juice, which is nice. It's a little bit of apple juice concentrate, but I don't specifically notice the flavor of the apple juice. Sorry. But overall, I'd say that the flavor is relatively close and it's just that the carbonation isn't there to back it up, at least for me. So if you prefer drinks that don't have a lot of carbonation, you want that root beer flavor, but it's just going to be like flat root beer, then this could be your drink. I don't mind it. It tastes pretty good to me. And like I said, drinking it from the can, you retain some of that carbonation, but it's minimal to start. So it does have that tartaric acid. I assume that's going to be a root beer thing because that's not a usual one that they add to drinks. But overall, the ingredients are nice. To me, it does taste relatively close to root beer, the traditional root beer. Other than that, I wish they would add more carbonation, but that's just me. Anyways, that is the Poppi root beer. Not too bad. All right. Any comments? No. Next up, we've got something totally different. This is Ghost Energy Drink. Oops. Of course, if you're watching one of these streams, feel free to follow it. That would be helpful, especially on Amazon and YouTube. All right. So, yeah. Next up, gonna move on. I don't see any comments. Trying this. What is it called? Straw. Let's try out this Strawbango from Ghost. An interesting name. So it looks like it could be strawberry mango banana. Not totally sure. But the classic Ghost energy drink look in Strawbango form, I guess. 16 fluid ounce. Let's see what else is on the can here. Contains no fruit juice, natural caffeine, 5 calories, 35 milligrams of sodium. I'll show this on screen in a bit here, up close. Does have vitamin C, B6, niacin, and B12. That's nice. For the ingredients, we've got carbonated water, citric acid, natural and artificial flavors, L-carnitine, L-tartrate, taurine. That's kind of Ghost Energy's mix of stuff. Caffeine, sucralose, which is a low-calorie sweetener, sodium benzoate, preservative, potassium sorbate, preservative, and then something I don't even want to attempt to pronounce. I'll show it on screen though. Aspartame potassium is another low-calorie sweetener. Ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. Coffee fruit extract. Yeah, some of the words here are very large. So I'm going to skip those and we'll just show it on screen. Some sort of root extract. Noto ginseng root extract. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. Ghost Energy has their own mix of energy components. They call them like special names and stuff. Alpha, GPC, neurofactor, estrogen. So they try to make them sound cool. Yeah. I do like their branding. I think that's got to be part of the reason that they're so popular. But yeah, it looks cool. Like this little ghost dude or dudette, whatever it is. So, anyways, I'll do a zoom in. There it is. Strawbango. Natural and artificial flavor. 16 fluid ounce, 473 milliliters. Natural caffeine. Contains no fruit juice. 5 calories. 35 milligrams of sodium. That's not much. So that's fine. Then we got the vitamins. So vitamin C, 90 milligrams. 100% of your daily value. B6. And we also got niacin and B12. So niacin is another B vitamin, I'm pretty sure. All that 100% of your daily value. And for the ingredients, carbonated water, citric acid, natural and artificial flavors, L-carnitine, tartrate, taurine, caffeine, sucralose, and aspartame potassium are low-calorie sweetener sugar alternatives. So do your research on those and understand what you're drinking. There is, depending on the sweetener, there is some mixed research and studies and things that you might want to read about. Anyways, has some coffee, fruit extract, and then here's the big words at astrobijibida. Some sort of root extract, ginseng, non-ginseng root extract. Yeah. Anyways, and then again, we've got our Ghost Energy mix of energy drink components. And those are of various amounts. It says only intended for persons 18 years or older. I think I qualify. All right. So some marketing info on the side here as well. They say Epic Focus, 0 sugars, no artificial colors. That's nice. Then there's their special mix of energy drink components. Whatever all that means, I don't know. But it's in here. Yeah. I do really like their branding. I like the little ghost character, But a drink is a drink. So let's try it out. All right. Got another cup here. It's got a slight yellow. Yeah, kind of a. Come on, camera. There we go. It's got a kind of a slight yellow look to it. So it's not perfectly clear. No surprise, it's got a lot of stuff in here. But this cup is a little more difficult to film than my other one. This one. There we go. Looks nice. It is nice that they don't add any additional food coloring or anything. I always like that. Yeah, kind of a little bit of a yellow color to it, as far as I can tell. Ooh. The smell is. I mean, I think this is true for all of the ghost drinks. It doesn't smell bad, but it smells like engineering. It does have somewhat of a fruit smell to it, but then it also has like a engineering. I don't know what that means, but yeah. So that's that. Again, this is the Ghost Strawbango. So I assume it's supposed to taste like strawberry mango. Let's see. I do notice the mango flavor for sure. Yeah, the flavor itself is pretty strong. So that's good, right? I think there is enough flavor here that you could use this with ice in a glass and it would still give you a good amount of flavor to it. Even after pouring it into this tall glass and losing a lot of the carbonation, it's still there. There's some carbonation still. Yeah, once you drink it, it kind of fizzes, which is cool. Is there banana? So it doesn't show a banana. I thought it might have been banana, but the picture doesn't show banana. Yeah, I guess it's just supposed to be strawberry mango. But to me, it feels like mango banana, kind of. Let's try from the can here. Definitely a lot more carbonation from the can. So if you prefer it to be fizzy, just drink it from the can. Unless you're really skilled at pouring it into a glass and not losing a lot of carbonation. But I do think there is enough flavor to put in a glass with ice. Uh, Overall, I think the flavor to me is pretty nice for what it is. All of the ghost drinks to me feel like highly engineered flavored things. So it's an unusual mix of tastes pretty strong, tastes pretty good, but also kind of it's not natural. Nothing about it to me drinking these feels natural. Uh, it does have the two different low calorie sweetener sugar alternatives, so the aspartame potassium and the sucralose. There is some mixed research, I think, at least on the sucralose. So read up on that if you care. Uh, yeah, it has a ton of energy drink stuff, of course, the taurine, the caffeine, 200 milligrams caffeine. Forgot to even mention that. So that's a pretty good amount of caffeine right there. And then it also has their other specialty mix of whatever Astra Gin, Alpha GPC, Neurofactor. That's a fruit extract, coffee fruit extract, Astragalus membraneaceus, and 50 to 1 Panax non noto ginseng root extracts. Oh, I was pronouncing it wrong the whole time. I thought it said not ginseng, but it's noto ginseng. My bad. I'll do a little zoom in on that one. So right there it says noto ginseng. I thought it said not ginseng. Oh well. It's down here. Uh yeah. So that's whatever that is. And again, the 200 milligrams of caffeine. It is 16 ounce. So 200 milligrams comparatively to a coffee. So a cup of coffee would be 8, like a standard cup. And that's going to be what, 75? I always say like 75 to 120 milligrams for a cup. So, I mean, for the volume, 200 is probably similar to a cup of coffee if you drink 2 cups. But it would actually be less. Well, kind of close, you know? It depends on the coffee and how strongly it's brewed and everything. But yeah, 70 to 120 maybe or more, depending on the coffee. Anyways, overall, I think the flavor is pretty good for what it is. It just, to me, all of the ghost drinks taste like a engineering facility in a way. There is a lot going on with the ingredients. It does have the two low calorie sweetener sugar alternatives. And yeah, I mean it's interesting for what it is. I think to me the strawberry mango flavor mix is pretty good flavor wise. You get a good amount of carbonation. Definitely get a lot of energy drink stuff going on. So if you're sensitive to caffeine, this would not be the drink to drink. That's for sure. But it does have less caffeine than some. Some of them go 300 milligrams or more. Uh, sorry. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Flavor wise, to me, pretty solid. And it has energy drink stuff. So that's that. Again, this is the Ghost Strawbango. All right. That's it for my little drink reviews today. That's an interesting one. I do like the ghost stuff, but yeah, there's a lot in here. And to me, like I said, it's got like a non-natural type. I mean, a lot of energy drinks are like that, but yeah, there's this sort of unnaturalness to it. Anyways, I'm going to head out. Hopefully, you enjoyed my little presentation. Oops, I forgot to tap the thing on here. But if you're on Amazon or YouTube, feel free to follow those respective channels. That would be helpful. Because I do these fairly often these days. So basically, I usually just do drink reviews because I enjoy those the most. But at some point, I'd like to do more snack reviews and stuff as well. We'll see. They're just more difficult to do and source. But yeah, gonna head out. See ya. Also, I'm gonna sign out of YouTube here. I'm going to edit these right now and then make videos out of them and repost them to Amazon and YouTube. So I'm gonna swap over to one of my other YouTube channels called Scotty Photon, which will take a few minutes to set up. So I will hopefully I spelled that right. Scotty with a Y and Photon. But yeah, I will sign out of here and then swap over to the other one once it's running and all the metadata and stuff is added to it. See ya.